Hi everyone, my name is Laura Eisner and I'm an incredibly proud independent consultant with Arbonne. I thought it was time to do an update at one of these because if I'm being honest, I've been in the business for 10 years. It was a business I never, ever thought that I would be a part of, lean into, didn't think it was an actual business. But I'm really grateful that I'm here, and I'm grateful that I get to share this opportunity with you guys as well and see if it's a fit for you and what questions you might have. So I started my journey back in 2015. I had a newborn at home. My husband was going through chemotherapy treatment, and it just felt like all of a sudden life was really full. We were emotionally and financially and mentally and physically exhausted beyond measure. I couldn't fathom the idea of going back to work. And what that was going to look like just with the rat race of life. And we were already not doing well financially. You can imagine being on mat leave and then unexpectedly your significant other having to be off to get well, right? And that's the goal, is to get back to good health. And so when my sister-in-law approached me, she's an emergency room nurse. I thought she was completely nuts. If I'm being honest, I was like, that's not a thing. And I'm not interested. And I was a really big skeptic, but she kept sharing a little bit about what this could do for me. And I really didn't have a vision at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, we're just like trying to take it day by day. And I'm really grateful that she shared a lot more with me along the way. So, that led to me jumping into Arbonne after she shared enough that I was like, you know what, this might be something I should consider. And at the time it was $99 to join. Now it's only $65 to join. So it's like such an incredible opportunity to just be able to turnkey, right? Like for $65, that was cheaper than anything I've ever done in my life. Like my university degree, go buy a car, pay someone to help me with my resume. And, that was a very small amount, even though it felt like a really big amount when I joined, because we were financially tight. And so what it's given us and our family over the last 10 years is I can't even begin to describe it without almost tearing up, because I almost said no. It's given us the ability to travel more. It's given us the ability to have a savings, to actually pay off credit cards. It's given us the ability to, along the busy schedule of life, be able to create something very meaningful for our family long term. I was the mom that, we were the parents that were going to daycare pickup and then coming home and making supper and, getting to spend an hour with our little guy and then putting him to bed and having to do it all over again. And I was like, oh my gosh, like time is just so special, right? And so now I get to be the mom at the bus stop or walk, to school to walk home with them. And those are really important things to me. And I think what people sometimes see is that this doesn't have to be millions and mansions. I mean, by all means, it definitely can give you that financial, flexibility, but it is an opportunity for you to just be a lot more present in the time that you have. Right? And so that takes me to, what is Arbonne? What is Arbonne? We are a 45-year-old health and wellness company. We are rooted in strength and stability and culture. And, we're very innovative. And, we have our scientific advisory board and strong leaders. And to be around for almost 5 decades in this world, in this industry is quite remarkable. And, when I was looking at what is Arbonne, what kind of products do they have, I started to feel really comfortable with their business model. And the reason is because my husband wasn't well at the time when I said yes to this business. And I knew that we were going to have to look at clean, safe, healthier products along the way as we went. And so when I looked into Arbonne's product formulations, which you guys, I don't have a chemistry degree. I just was someone that started to label read in a world that we didn't really do that 10 and 15 years ago. And so I started to trust the brand more so than ever before. And I felt really good with putting it in our household. And that's really how this all started. I was looking for a clean label. I was looking for a way to make the car payment and not have to take it out of our biweekly paycheck. And so when I saw that we were, gluten-free and vegan and halal certified and no parabens, no phthalates, no synthetic dyes, sweeteners, fragrances, that was really, really, really important to me. And it got me really excited, if I'm being honest. And so, what we started to do as a family was we started to use the Arbonne product. I started to authentically share it with other people because it was something I wasn't willing to keep a secret, if I'm being honest. And then I started to share the business opportunity and what this could offer others. And they get to really then at that point decide what was the best fit for them. And as I continue to build this business, that's what we do, is we authentically use the product. We authentically share it because, you guys, the products are incredible. And we share this opportunity and what it could do for other people, okay? What we do obviously leads us to a compensation, right? And I've seen a lot of compensation models over the years, and I do really feel like we are the best compensation model I've ever seen for the work and effort that you want to put into your business. The sky can be the limit, right? If you're treating it like a hobby, that compensation is going to look a little bit different. If you're treating it like a business and the gold mine that it really is, it can be substantial, okay? So, when you share a product, I'm going to use this for a second because I have lots of them around the house. But if I share how incredible our fizz stick is and someone else wants to buy it from the website, I send them a link to my website. They purchase it. They get their product shipped to their front door. I get a commission from authentically sharing something I love, which people are doing all the time in today's world. Some people aren't authentic. Some people don't even use the product they share. I can honestly say in 10 years, anything that I've shared, I've used and I love because I want you to know about it. So there are 4 levels of management within Arbonne, and you can decide what works for you, how much effort you want to put in, what amount you want to be paid, and that's all up to you, right? So the first of 4 management levels is district manager, and that's anywhere between, $300 to $700 per month on average. Any of the income statements I'm about to disclose, you can always find on earnings.arbonne.com to show what's typical. I always love to show what's possible because I think that's a really fun place to be, but anything typical, earnings.arbonne.com. So number 2 is area manager, and that's anywhere from, an extra $15, an extra $2,500 a month. I've seen some area managers make $3,000. I've seen others make $4,500. I've seen others make $900. Like, it really is an effort-based opportunity. Number 2 is regional vice president. That's the 2% of the company globally. And that is where you get to earn your Mercedes-Benz Achiever Award. And it's anywhere between about $5,000 to $15,000 a month. Again, I've seen regional vice presidents make $6,000 a month. I've seen other that were continuing to build their business to the top level of management, have $15,000 and $16,000 months. But again, it's your effort, right? Number 4 is the top of the company, and that's the 1% of the company globally. And you know what, you guys? There are people at the top, which tells me it's possible. And it's possible for anyone who wants to do the work. And, that comes with a $20,000 to $22,000 plus commission structure or commission check a month, right? I've seen national vice presidents make way more than that, and I've seen them, make a little bit less than that. But again, that's a substantial amount of income. And what I'd always like to, kind of say is that we have people in all career paths, all walks of life, all ages. You just have to be over 18 years of age to be enrolled as a consultant with Arbonne, doing this business because of the goals that they have for themselves. So maybe it's the vacation fund. Maybe it's to prepare for retirement a little bit more. Maybe it's the opportunity to not have a gap in your monthly finances on a monthly basis, right? Maybe you're sick and tired of having more month than money. I know that was us. Maybe it's, recreational activities that you want to invest in, but you just can't afford to do them right now. Maybe it's the car payment, the insurance, the mortgage, the rent. Maybe it's a private school for your child. Maybe it's helping your elders as they age in retirement living, or, I don't know what it is. And everyone comes into this business with such different goals and wants and needs. But what I can tell you is Arbonne is the vehicle, if you lean into it, to help support the vision that you have, right? And, there's 3 things that hold people back every single day. I don't even like to say in this business, but in life. And that's, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. What will people think of me? And I'm going to break that down for a hot second, because I literally had all 3 of those hesitations. I don't have the money. You guys, we were so tight. Like, I can't even tell you how tight we were financially. But I knew that if we didn't make a change, nothing was going to change. Remember that statement? If nothing changes, nothing changes. That was where we were at. And I'm just so grateful that, I figured it out. We figured it out. We shuffled a couple things around, and we got the Arbonne registration. And I leaned into it. So it's been such a gift, right? Number 2 is I don't have the time. And I would challenge every single person on that. I think we all have the time for things that are really important to us. And don't get me wrong, you guys. Yes, I still love my shows on Netflix, but I just find ways of things in the pockets of our time to go, hey, I could probably work my Arbonne business for 20 minutes here. I know that our little guy is very competitive in sports, and when I have to drop him off at the rink an hour before the game, I sit in the car and do some work. I listen to music and do some work. And that's where those things fit in, right? Where are you waiting in your schedule that you can fit something in, okay? Instead of going down the scroll hole, because it's no good for anyone. Number 3 is, oh my gosh, what will people think? And I really cared about this one. Oh my gosh, you guys, the dog hair. Real life over here. I cared about what people think. I cared about what my friends thought. I cared about what my family or what my neighbors would think, or, and to be honest, you guys, I realized very early that none of those people, I cherished them all. None of them were paying our bills. None of them were getting us to the future that we wanted to have for our family and our life. And I just had to really work through that mindset work to know that this is a really great opportunity. If I lean into it and I kind of shut out the noise, this could be something very special. And it has been. And, and that's why I continue to share it with so many other people, because no matter where you are, I have consultants on the team that are 18 years old. I have consultants on the team that are 40. I have consultants on the team that are 65. And, there's a system of success in place that you can follow it. You can go at your own pace. You can go really slow. You can go really fast. But this community is really special at what we have at Arbonne. And I really do think that if you are, I challenge you to go into your bathroom today and look around. What are you using for body care and skin care and cosmetics? And then I want you to go into your kitchen and look at, what are you using for any type of supplement, protein, greens, an energy, a hydration? Like, you can take that and turn it into an income, right? So I just want to share that. I always like to do a little personal video and send it along, and would love to know your thoughts and any questions that you have. And we'd absolutely love to have you a part of the community. So we'll talk soon.